We just arrived in Mexico City and we're about to take a tour of the best Chilango tacos. Today we're heading out with Eat Mexico Culinary Tours. Now we took a tour with them in Puebla, it was amazing, and so we thought we would do it again. One of the things that I really like about it is that it is locally owned and Mexican guide. All right, we've met our guide, Fernando. He is from Mexico City and already have learned so much. He actually has been to island Sumatra, so Alan feels already right at home. And he told us that Mexico City is actually growing really rapidly. In 2022, it was about 22 million, and they say right now it could be up to 24 million. So that is a mix of just natural progression of the population along with immigration. But this city is definitely growing. This one is a Michelin star taco place from 2024-2025.
Yes, no, it's good style. It's strange, the Mexican Christmas. We do a little bit, in Mexico City, we do a little bit like full turkey, like in a lot of countries.
I already know this is exactly the kind of tour I want to take with Fernando. When we came in, we saw the Michelin Bib Gourmand designation. I thought, this is going to be just something where we go to all of the Michelin places. You know, that kind of tour I don't really need. I could just look it up and go to the places myself. But he said that actually for locals, having that Michelin designation is kind of controversial because there are so many thousands of amazing tacos in this city. Why are there 30 kind of on this list? But he said this place is the real deal, and it's a Christmas dish actually that is bacalao. We've got some garlic, olives. We also have this yellow pepper, and he said it's very, very traditional to have as a taco over Christmas, or of course on a torta, because in Mexico City, Chilangos love their torta. But I'm gonna just give this a shot right here. There's so much sauce in it, I don't think that you need to have any salsa on it. This is a very, very interesting start. Not what I thought I would start with on a taco tour, and it just tells me it's gonna get better. Now this spot originally opened in the 1940s. It became a very popular restaurant. So they are known for guisados, which is stewed meat. You can find that all over Mexico, and this is Veracruz-style, a region that we didn't get to go to, but we had hoped to. We've just run out of time. So Veracruz-style tacos, so interesting, and now I definitely want to go to Veracruz. You like? First taco, 5 out of 5? 10 out of 10? 9 out of 10. I would say on the interesting level, it's 10 out of 10. On my personal preference, yeah, I think I would give it a 9. It's good, it's definitely worth checking out. Good so far?
Another good different taco.
Yeah, very different.
Because it's so oily. As myself, I like oily things, oily food. It's the highest level of a good food.
Oh, okay. This is the difference between someone who's Western and someone who's not talking. That oily is a good thing. But I have to agree, those tacos were fantastic.
Tortilla shop. There's an estimate of almost 200,000 tortilla shops in Mexico City. So it's a place where you go, get your fresh tortillas, and it's very good to get your calorie intake from these places.
¿Y cuánto hacen en un día? ¿Cuántos tortillas?
40,000, 30,000.
40,000. ¿En serio?
Sí, no es que más. Nosotros, mira, ahí hay más de 1,000 tortillas.
¿Quieres una tortita?
Sí, por supuesto. Gracias. He said they make 30 to 40,000 tortillas a day. This is good tortilla. Gracias. So we just stopped at La Fe. Fernando wanted to show everyone how tortillas are made, and the men there just waved me and they were so nice. And then we had some fresh tortillas. And I didn't know this, but this is a pro move. You have to put salt on it. The salt just makes it taste so good. Didn't the salt make it taste great?
Yeah, I like taco generally because
Yes.
in my city we use that kind of skin like taco, the tortilla
Yes,
to kebab.
that's right. For a kebab,
the
different but
kebab.
similar. Yeah.
Yeah.
And with the salt on it, so good.
It's make alive.
Yeah, it just brings out the flavor of the corn. It was so good.
It's magic.
Yeah. But now on to our next official stop. And I think it's some pork. Next stop, we are at a carnitas spot, and actually this is very interesting because I always thought carnitas just meant pork, but Fernando shared with me that it actually means choose what you want from the pig. So they buy the whole animal and they use the whole animal. So if you want to have brain or foot or leg or a stomach or basically every part of the pig you can get here. And one of the most popular parts is the crackling. There was chicharron. People are buying like huge sheets of it, but basically that's how it works. And I think that's a beautiful way to respect an animal by using all of the parts. And I don't know if you'd believe this, but I've actually had raw pig heart before. As a tartare, it was delicious. I don't know what we're gonna get here. I'm going to have to ask Fernando what his favorite part is, because I feel like we are the same kind of eater. We want to eat like all the good stuff. Fernando recommended, well, he didn't recommend, but this is what he ordered, so I ordered it too. It is pork belly and ear. Now, I have eaten all parts of the pig, so you should get, I think, a little bit of fattiness from the pork belly, and then he said a little bit of cartilage from the ear. I don't know if I'm gonna like that, but it's gonna be pork, so it'll be tasty. It's just a little chewy, but not bad. It just gives you a little bit of texture there within the fattiness. This is awesome. It's just so tasty. I'm just gonna put a little bit of lime. Pork belly, so fatty, so delicious. There's a reason why people love it. This is a great spot. That was fantastic. Also learned like just some chatter with everybody about migration and cultures and why Mexicans love Asian culture so much. And actually, Fernando told us that on public TV in the 80s, it was cheaper for the Mexican government to get cartoons from Asia, from Japan, than it was from the United States. And so everybody grew up on like anime. And I was just thinking also, Canadian public television, we also had Astro Boy. So I wonder if that was for the same reason. It was just cheaper. And so we had that as memories when we were young. We are now in Medellin Market. So this market is a Mexican market, traditional food, but it's also supposed to have a lot of international influence, specifically South American. I wanted to come here for breakfast, and I'm glad I didn't, because this is a nice surprise. This is so fascinating.
Also horchata and jamaica, those aguas frescas to get in taco shops.
Yeah.
It's a West African influence.
Ah,
There was no rice in Mexico.
right.
It wasn't that also.
This is so interesting. So looking at all these ingredients, I mean, I love to learn how food travels. Chamoy actually was an ingredient that the Chinese brought. They brought something called chamoy, which was similar. Chamoy, if you're not familiar with it, it has kind of become the early, I guess the great-grandfather of tajin. And it was something that was spicy, a little bit sweet. And so in Mexico, you still get a lot of chamoy. But also he said that horchata and jamaica actually have West African influences. Jamaica is the hibiscus flower that you see all over the Caribbean as well. And then also, there was no rice here. So Mexico didn't have rice in the beginning. That was something that was brought by immigrants. So interesting. Honestly, I could just listen to him talk about going through here and all of the ingredients in Mexico.
We're at Tacos Fuego for one of the most iconic tacos in Mexico, tacos al pastor. This taco is a true mix of cultures that came together in the mid-1900s. Middle Eastern immigrants, mainly from Lebanon, brought the idea of cooking meat on a vertical spit like shawarma to Mexico. That technique first showed up in dishes like tacos árabe, especially in Puebla. In Mexico City during the 1950s, it evolved again. Cooks switched to pork, added a chile and achiote marinade, topped it with pineapple, and tacos al pastor were born. Chilangos loved it. Today, they eat about 1.5 million tacos al pastor every single day. That's a lot of tacos.
What I like about these tacos is that they're actually small. So it's like you eat one and then you decide if you want to have more. I mean, of course, you're gonna want to have more. Delicious.
And now we're at this gorgeous park next door. Wow, that was such a fantastic day. Fernando really keeps it on schedule. Started right at 1, ended at 4. I appreciate someone who hosts a tour and doesn't go 2 hours over. You don't know how often that happens. I really enjoyed this tour, and I knew I would because Eat Mexico is a great company. I love supporting local companies, local guys. Learn so much. I would say take this tour your first day because it's not just about tacos. He shares about neighborhoods, about ingredients, about his own personal life living in Mexico City as a Chilango. I loved it here. What a great start to Mexico City. In the next video, I'm sure I'm gonna have fantastic food from here. I just have to choose. It's a big city. Where am I gonna eat? Let me know in the comments below where you think I should go.